Hello everybody, and welcome to my SAO Sword Art Online review of the second part of the series in English dub. Here's my opinions of it. I really like the first arc. The first arc, the first part of it, I guess you would call, where they were actually in SAO I liked it a lot. It was phenomenal. I want to say phenomenal. It was pretty good. I think I give it like an 8 or something. This one, however, ugh. Part of the reason why I liked it because there was a bit of a romance, and at the same time there was a cool game theme. But one of the things I did not like about this was the incest undertones that they have in this part of the series. Now I know they're not technically related, spoiler alert, but it was just weird, you know? It just ugh. And there isn't really as many fight scenes, and they're fairies and all, and ugh. It felt weird to me. Plus, the writing felt a little sloppy in some areas, and the romances kind of get a little weirder. You know, I really like the first part a lot, but I don't like this one at all. I mean, I just... The music in the background is phenomenal. I think it's some of the catchiest music in anime, and I also like the artwork. The artwork and the animation style is some of the best in anime as well. The story writing is sloppy though, and so is the romance that's going on. It was kind of sort of sloppy a bit and a little rough. Well, not really in a lot of people's opinion. It wasn't really that much so in my opinion. I thought it was meh at best. I mean, not meh at best, but it was okay. I mean, it didn't really bother me at all. Um, and a lot of people who aren't too heavily into anime thought it was pretty good. But one of the things I didn't like, other than romance, was the boss. You know, the final boss is always supposed to be cool. The Cleffield was cool. He was an arrogant asshole, and you just want to punch him in the face. And you kind of knew that he would be Kirito versus Cleffield would have happened eventually. But you just kind of, like, maybe it doesn't happen, maybe it does happen. It was kind of cool like that, you know? He was a prick, but you liked him because of that. He was a good villain. This new villain, however, this new final boss, I guess, this king, he's voiced by Todd Hammercorn, right, in English dub, who is also the voice of Death the Kid. So it's kind of weird hearing a complete total freaking pansy. It's just ugh, I hated it. He did get the whole entire Todd did get the whole entire pansy, ugh, disgusting pansy face correct though. He did get that right. I will not take any points off him from getting that correct. He did get that right. He just was annoying though. The character himself. I really hated him as a boss, and I really didn't like him as a character. I just want to punch him in the face as soon as he touched freaking what's your face, Asuna. As soon as he touched Asuna, I just want to punch him right in the face. It's like, how dare you mess with this relationship? Ah! I feel like a fat girl. But seriously, there's nothing. But seriously, this is another reason why I don't like this season. I felt like it was kind of taking a dump all over the relationship in the first series. Yes, Asuna was basically turned into a Sanandra when she could have been much more, but she wasn't, and it's kind of made me a little disappointed that they really didn't do much with her. But they really just let her sit in the cage all day and just, hey, rescue her. The fuck? No. If anything, they should have made her rescue Kirito. That's what it should have happened. But plus, I just didn't like this part at all. Honestly, I mean, I did like the music, and I do like the artwork a lot. And some of the fight scenes were pretty cool. The ones that they did have, and it did reek a little bit of badassness, which was kind of cool. And Yui was in the series more often than just freaking few episodes, which I did like. If it weren't for Yui, I probably would have just rage quit completely on the anime, because I just felt it felt way too different the second part. You mostly stayed for Yui and to see if whether or not Kirito how Kirito would save her. And also the end, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, anyone. Edgy, yes, a happy ending does happen. Just the second part of the last episode, it almost feels like it shits all over the rest because they try to close things up with Kirito's or Kazuto, if you want to be specific. They try to close things up with his sister and all the incest thing, but I just skipped past that part. I was like, I don't care. This is probably the end, and then I thought the end should just ended with like halfway through the episode where they hold hands and they kiss each other and they look in the and he looks into out the window. He sees his avatar and her avatar holding hands and just walking off in the distance. That's how it should have ended, honestly. It really should have ended there. I mean, hearing all about the other characters was nice and all, and I did like that, honestly. Because I really didn't hear much about them in the second part of the anime at all, honestly. Except for like a little bit at the end. I did like their part at the end. I really did. But when they're in the actual world and they try to close things up with her, no, you should just kick her to the side. And ugh. Alright. For those who are misunderstanding, I don't think that I didn't like it's not that I didn't like the fact that his sister was playing the game. It was not the fact that that she had a relationship with Kirito. It's the fact that she's his sister and she was interested in him. That's what I have a problem with. That she was both. I had no problem at all if they just stuck it to brother and sister, and they knew about that fact, and they were just kind of hanging out with each other and doing a brother-sister, and they had a brother-sister bond. That would have actually been kind of cool, because you don't really see that too much in anime. Especially without the incest going on. Also, I really don't think that it should have been revealed that they're... I mean, granted, they did reveal that in the second part of the anime, but I just think that they should have had more of a bond instead of that kind of bond. You know? Just, wrong. Just so wrong. Felt weird to me. And like I said, I have no problem with I mean, if she wasn't his sister and she actually developed the love interest, that would have irritated me a little bit, but I would have been fine with that, you know? That would have been acceptable. But the fact that just makes her, the fact that they live under the same roof and they're not married or boyfriend girlfriend or anything like that, and they're under the same roof because their parents are married. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I don't like that. Maybe I'm getting a little too hung up on this part of it, the anime. But so what, you know? I just felt the story that should just been addressed so specifically, you know. So what else do I have to say about this anime? I like the voice acting for Kirito and some of the characters I felt was a little lackluster in the English dub. Some of the others I did like. Now some people are gonna play about Tang Harukorn's performance in that, and I'm gonna say no, his performance was pretty good. He did exactly what he did. It's just the character himself is supposed to be a total fucking pussy. There's, you know, and people say, oh, he sounded better. Well, that's because well, this was made in Japan. Don't forget. So certain voices will, yeah, sound better on certain characters because these actually are based off Japanese feelings, more or less. I don't know how if I'm saying it right, but you know, that's the problem with going to English dub to like Japan to English. You know, especially with certain anime like this. That if they like more addresses their pop culture and they're more sayings and more things like that, then it's going to probably sound better in one language than the other. Like Black Lagoon, it's an excellent example. It sounds amazing in English, but kind of crappy in sub because it just doesn't sound right for them. Because when you imagine these characters, their voices don't match up as you would imagine that well. And this is what happens with SAO. But I did like the performances for the most part of the English dub actors. I liked some of them perfectly fine. There's one or two things I felt could be addressed, but oh well, I like the performance overall. And the verdict of this anime, of the second part, I think I gave the first part at 8.5, I guess. I'm not sure, certain, but this part of the anime, I'm gonna give it 6.9, 6.5. All in all, I'm gonna give it like a 7.5. The total anime, but this part of the anime, actually no, I'm gonna give this part of the anime a 6. Damn it! So I can just so you know how bad I thought this part of it is. Now, just so you know, 6 means above average. So 5.5 is average, 6 is above average. And the reason why this is above average is because the fights, the acting for the most part, the sound, the music, they all save this anime. I mean, there's only one or two things wrong with the anime, and that's some of the writing. That's pretty much almost goes all the way back to the writing. It's pretty much all the writing's fault. Honestly, that's the main part of the problem with this anime. The writing, the writer of this anime was shit. He had no skills at all. I could have done better than that, honestly. Hell, actually, I'm gonna make it SAO freaking story how it should have been. You know, I'm not the greatest, but that's how I feel about this anime. Anyway, please like, subscribe. You probably like, dislike if you really felt how shitty it was. So, see you guys next time.